Hello guys, in this video I would like to discuss a little bit about the basic principle to construct a thermometer. How can we construct a thermometer coming from a simple glass where we put a mercury inside it and without any scale on it. Okay, just imagine, just imagine. Okay, what will happen if we have a simple rod of glass? Okay, simple rod of glass. Okay, and then but there is no scale on it. So how can we calibrate the scale? How can we determine where is the zero of 0 degrees? Okay, where is the 100 degrees Celsius, and where is the theta that we want to measure? Okay, so that will be discussed in this video. Okay, two important principles to construct a thermometer are, okay, we use these two principles. The first one is the specific thermometric property. Okay, it is the physical quantity which varies with temperature. So it depends on the physical quantity, on the property of the material. Okay, the physical quantity which varies with temperature. Okay, so the table show four different types of thermometer. Okay, first one we have mercury thermometer. Okay, mercury thermometer. So by using the mercury thermometer, we use uh, which thermometric property? Okay, we use the property of the mercury where the volume of mercury varies with temperature. So we use that property. Okay, we know that mercury will increase its volume, or it will expand. Okay, we can use the term expand. Okay, it will expand, so the volume will increase based on the temperature. And next, other thermometric property is the resistant thermometer. Okay, for resistant thermometer, okay, from its words resistant, we actually use the electrical resistance of a wire varies with temperature. So before this, we use mercury based on its expansion. Okay, its expansion on temperature. When theta increase, when temperature increase, okay, it will expand. But for resistant thermometer, we will look into its electrical resistance. Okay, so what will happen to resistance when temperature increase? Okay, of course, the resistance will increase as the temperature increase. So we use this property of material to make a resistant thermometer. Okay, the third one is the thermocouple thermometer. Okay, the thermocouple thermometer, we use the physical quantity of the EMF, electromotive force varies with temperature. Okay, we use the how the EMF will change according to the value of change in temperature. And the last one, we have gas thermometer. Okay, gas thermometer. For gas thermometer, we use the property of gas where the gas pressure. Okay, now we look into gas pressure. Gas pressure, how the pressure of gas will vary with the change in temperature. Okay, so those are the four thermometric property that we will use to construct a different type of thermometer. Okay, the one that we have in lab, of course, the mercury thermometer. Okay, now we look into how the other principle, okay, will help us to construct a thermometer. The first one is the property of the substance, and the second one is the how we calibrate the thermometer. Okay. So calibration of thermometer is the process of marking up a scale on thermometer, just like what I had told you before. Okay, in the beginning of the session. Okay, we need to calibrate a thermometer. So how can we mark up the scale on the thermometer? So to produce a scale for a thermometer, two fixed point of thermometer must first be selected. So to do so, let's say we have a simple thermometer without scale. Okay, there is no 0 and no 100 degrees and no other numbers on the thermometer. So we need to find 2 points. Okay, two points. First, we need to find the lower fixed point. Okay, lower fixed point. Fixed point. Where normally we use 0 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay, wrong place. Okay. So why do we take the 0 degrees Celsius? Okay, because this is the temperature where the pure ice is start to melt. Okay, the melting point of ice. Okay, this is the melting point of ice, or where the waters begin to solidify. Okay, so we use this point since we are using water, so it is easier for us to get this kind of temperature. Of course, we can use other material such as mercury or gas or other material, but the temperature, okay, the lower, or to get the value, to find the value where it start to melt, okay, it will quite difficult. For water, yes, it should be easier. And next, the other point that we need is the upper point. Okay, upper fixed point. So for this purpose, we will use the 100 degree Celsius. So it is the boiling point of water, or it is the boiling point of pure water. Okay, when the pure water start to begin to become steam. Okay, so these two important points are very important when you want to mark the scale of the thermometer. Okay, after this we will look into how can we calibrate the scale, okay, or the value on the thermometer. So to do the calibration, okay, we can do this kind of experiment in our lab. Okay, of course we can do. Yes, of course, if you have complete, okay, instrument, you can do that at home. Okay, so freeze some pure water. First, we need to freeze some pure water and crush the ice into small and fill a funnel with them. So first we must have ice. Okay, why we need ice? Okay, remember we need 2 points. The first point is the lower fixed point, or 0 degree Celsius. So we need to find this point where it will show us in our on our temperature. So after you get the ice, crush it, and then fill in the funnel. Okay, you put ice in the funnel. When the ice begin to melt inside the bulb of thermometer, okay, so we put our thermometer without scale in this ice. So it will measure the temperature of ice, where it should be 0 degree Celsius. Okay, thermometer, so that it is covered with ice. Okay, when the mercury stop shrinking, okay, when the mercury stop shrinking, okay, when the mercury stop shrinking, mark the stem of the thermometer at the mercury level as 0 degree Celsius. Okay, and then when the ice, or when we put our thermometer inside the ice, okay, so the thermometer will fall until certain point, okay, meaning that the mercury will shrink, okay, will shrink, and then after a few time it will stop shrinking, okay, it will stop falling to another lowest point. So that's mean this is, okay, marked on this thermometer as 0 degree Celsius. So if we zoom our thermometer, so let's say this is our thermometer. So let's say it stopped shrinking here. So at this point, we mark it as 0 degree Celsius. Okay, now arrange the thermometer inside a flask so that its bulb is just above the surface of boiling water. So now we already have the lower fixed point. Remember, we need 2 points. So 0 degree Celsius, we already had. So another point we need is 100 degree Celsius. So how to do that? Okay, you can do this by inserting the thermometer just above the surface of boiling water. Okay, we don't want to measure the boiling water. We need to measure the steam. Okay, the steam. So when water becomes steam, it is definitely is 100 degree Celsius. Now arrange the thermometer. Okay, when the mercury stop expanding, okay, what will happen if we put thermometer? Okay, and then inside flask. Okay, so mercury will start to expand. So it will raise upward until certain point it will stop expanding. Okay, meaning that it will stop at certain point. So at that point, once it stop expanding, we can mark this point as 100 degree Celsius. Okay, now we have 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius. So we can divide this length, okay, this length. Now we have this length from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, okay. So we can divide the distance into, up to you. Okay? If you want to 0, 50, and 100, just 2 parts. If you want to make 4 parts, 25, 50, and 75. Or you want to divide into 10. So this length, you measure this length, and then divide this length equally to 100 parts or other value that you want to scale your thermometer. Okay, so by doing so, we can determine the the scale of the thermometer. Okay, next, of course, there is formula that we can use to calibrate a thermometer. Okay, but for that reason, okay, for that purpose, I don't think that you need to memorize this formula. Okay, we just use a simple maths. Okay, we just use a simple maths, simple ratio to find the temperature of a substance. Okay, so this formula is used to find the temperature of other substance. Okay, not at 0 degree or 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's say you want to measure an object with temperature equals to 30 degrees Celsius. So how can we get the 30 degrees Celsius? Okay, we can just do the simple ratio. Okay, simple ratio. Okay, let me try to show you. So simple ratio. So let's say this is our thermometer. Okay, this is our thermometer, and then this is the starting point where the mercury is put inside. Okay, so first we need to measure 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the next one we need to measure 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, after that, okay, let's imagine we don't have this kind of scale. Okay, we don't have this kind of scale, and then we get this thermometer, our unscaled thermometer, into another substance which we want to measure the thermometer. So let's say we get the position of the mercury is at here. So let's say our mercury here, we raise until here, okay, until here. So it will stop here. So we can mark this position as our unknown temperature. Okay, our unknown temperature, just put it as theta. Okay. So how can we measure this? Okay. So we can measure this by using the ratio. Okay. So we know that from here, from point A to point B, or from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So that's mean the difference between point A and point B is 100 degree Celsius. Okay. Will be represented by this length. Okay, that means we need to measure this length A and B. Okay, remember A and B, from A to B, it will represent, it will give 100 degrees Celsius difference in temperature. Okay, so we can write it this ratio as 100 degrees Celsius for, so what is the length here? Okay, the length here. So how to get the length? How to get the length? Let's say you want to measure from here. Okay, you want to measure from here. So first you need to measure length of, let's say this is O. Okay, so OB minus, from O to A minus OE. So we can get this length A to B. Okay, so I just write here the distance of A to B. Okay, so this ratio should be equals at all along all of the thermometer. So let's say we want to get this value of theta. Okay, so let's try to find out. Okay, we know we can measure the length from O to, let's say this is point C. Okay, of course we can measure the length from O to C, or we can measure the length from A to C. Okay, A to C. How to get A to C? So the length of A to C is OC minus OA. So we can get the length of A to C, and then we can get the change in temperature from A to C by using the same ratio. Okay, so this is how we can get the value of temperature at any point on the thermometer. Of course, you can memorize this formula, but I think you don't need to memorize this formula. Just use this simple ratio. So here they use theta minus theta null. So same with me. Theta minus theta null. Theta null is 0. Theta null is 0. So you will get theta x minus xo. So x here is distance here, OC, and x null is the distance from O to A. So you will get AC. Okay, just use this simple ratio. Okay. Later, if you have any question regarding to this, you may ask me directly or through our live session later. So I think that's all for this session. Maybe later I will show you a few example. Okay, how we can get this into our calculation. Thank you.